Hey, I'm X86 here, and this is continuing the Trails of the Sky FC 8% Glitchless tutorial. Last we left off, we finished the Royal Villa raid, and now we're in control of Josh, Olivier, and then back into Grancel. This is the angle they start in. I like to turn my camera up here. We're going to go to the east block, to the ice cream shop. Is right here. So what we'll do first is go to item menu, use special ice cream, use 8 on each. You should have just enough here. Even if you're a little short, go ahead and buy 99 from the shop. Perfectly fine. This is the last time we'll buy ice cream, so you buy 99 of it or however many. Head over to this corner, down into the sewers, into this door. You have to interact with the door to use the key. You go down the steps over this mandatory bridge. And we'll go counterclockwise, so over here, ignore the first door, watch the enemy right in this corner. This one, over the bridge. This is the Gladiator Headband fight. All we do is use Ollie's S-Crab. Fortunately in this case, one enemy moved, so we'll have to kill it after the fact. Make sure you position the target to hit everybody. So I'm not sure what's best against this. This rarely happens to me, so we'll just go ahead with a couple fights. There we go, that should be fine. Alright. So normally if they don't get a turn, that's a one-hit kill. Okay, so we got the Gladiator Headband, which we'll use later. Make your way back. Go into the door that you ignore here. The first one, right here. Down to the mandatory path. Here. Watch out for enemies here. There's a lot of enemies here, so over this bridge and up. Take the first path here into the door. Okay, when you get here, you go down. Watch that enemy, can be aggressive. Take the first turn here. Ignore the bridge. Now here there's a secret switch. It's not the first optional path, but it's this one right here. The second one. And let me switch my slide. There we go. This part is probably easier that you focus on what's happening than the notes. Hard to explain the movement in here with the notes. Did the best I could do both for you guys. Alright. So here you go down, around. Okay. Here you'll go down. Here, ignore the first bridge, into this door, go up the first bridge, watch the eggs here, keep following the main path. That egg was nice, sometimes you can be out of view, and this is the last room. There's a lot of enemies in the center, so just be careful. So this is the end, but before you end, there's a few things you have to do. So sort of prepare later. So you're gonna go to menu, go to ornament, go to Joshua, and on slot 6, you're gonna equip defense 3. On Ollie, you'll go to slot 4, you're gonna remove it, and you're gonna go to slot 5, and you're gonna remove it as well. And on Zen, you'll go to slot 4. And that's it. Once you've done that, you interact with this door and select option 1. Now this part of, in my opinion, is the hardest menu in the game. No matter how much I practice it, I always have to like follow my notes really good. We're gonna be controlling so here you can either talk to the mechanic, or you can try to run to the door and he'll be like, hey, I'm actually offering some stuff. Alright, so the first thing to do, talk to the mechanic. Go to buy. Sorry, I apologize. Modify. Quartz. You're gonna buy 1 defense 3, 1 action 2, and 1 cast 2. Okay, you're gonna menu, go to battle position, change, and you're gonna line up the girls down in the corner like this. You go to equip, you'll go to Estelle, you'll remove Feather Brooch, and you'll equip it on Schera instead. Either slot is fine. Oops. Now the orbit menu. So you're gonna go to Chloe. The order is important here because while you're equipping stuff on them, you're removing stuff that you need on the next person. So there's a very particular order to this. So slot 3, you'll put cast 2. Slot 4, you'll put mine 3. Slot 5, you'll put sleep. Now you'll go to Schera. Slot 2, you'll put defense 3. Slot 3, you'll put 2. Slot 4, you'll put action 2. And here you'll put sleep. Oops. And cast 2. Then you'll go back to Chloe, and on slot 6 you'll put shield 3, and on Estelle, on slot 5 you'll put attack 3. So what does all this menu mean? It means that all 3 girls get the spell Arrow Storm, which is crucial to the rest of this. Okay, practice this menu a lot. It's probably the hardest one in the game, like I said. It's not like the heaviest one in terms of moves, but I find like it's the most unorthodox one. It's not like the usual menu. I'm gonna switch my slide here. When you're done all that, you'll move up here and press 1. Or option 1, yeah. Now we're headed towards the Lorence area. So we're gonna be back in control of the guys here. Shortly. Okay, as soon as you gain control, go over here and up these steps. There's a fight. All we're gonna do is Zen S-Craft, like in the other fights. Okay, Joshua going first. That's nice. Making sure everybody's that we can go first. And that's it. If you don't kill every enemy with the S-Craft, finish everything else with arts, preferably. Trying to avoid using trying to avoid using Joshua's S-craft at that point in the fight, because we would have to refill it with ice cream later if you do. Okay, now we're back in control with the girls, and we'll fight Amalthea for the first time. It's very simple. We're gonna Aerostorm everybody, and we'll finish off Amalthea with Estelle's Isker. You just have to watch with where she can move. Sometimes she can be annoying. She tends, and she won't always, but she tends to run to the left a little bit. So what I usually do is I put my target like here. I could be wrong, but we'll try that. She decided to run to the right this time. Fortunately, that's just the nature of this fight. She can pick a side. I just find that she tends to go one way or the other. So one Aerostorm won't hit her. So we'll have to do an extra one. You still want to follow script, like do Estelle's S-Craft and Aerostorm with somebody else. Whoever's going first. Ideally you want to hit her with Schera here, because Schera's CP's Who's is important right now. And she's the next one coming up anyway, so that'll work out. Right, so 3 Aerostorms kills them. Normally I would do the S-Craft right away, but we'll hold off. We'll do it right here. There we go. So barrier of 200 does hit quite a bit. There we go. That's like the small variants. You might get an Aerostorm that misses, but if it doesn't, then just S-Craft right away. Okay. You go up these steps, there's another fight. Now you can heal between these fights if you suspect somebody's dying. There's a bit of a risk here to not have healed Chloe. Now here you want to do Aerostorms as well. This is the Jaeger fight. 2. You want to watch this dog, the one at the top right here. He's going to move up, but he might move like 1 step. So I usually put my target like so it sort of in lines with him here. So I put it about here just to make sure I get him. This is the scary spell, Barrage. As you can see, it hits everybody for a fair amount. But we're okay. So you just want to stack your Aerostorms, so put them all wherever you decide to put them. As long as it hits everybody. Oops. Not to confuse with Aerial. So next fight can have more damage happen, so we're gonna heal Chloe and Estelle just to be sure. Somehow they linked. It happens. If you get a crit there, you might be able to kill them with only 2 Aerostorms. Okay, there's one more fight outside here of these stairs. So Chloe's your healer. You can use like Tira. Heal them both. But don't heal them after fight 3. Just heal them before this fight here, if necessary. Okay. So here's same thing, we're gonna watch the edge enemies on where you put this. You should put it about... I can't remember exactly. I think I put it high enough like this so that if the enemies walk straight, they'll stay in it. Yeah, exactly like that. Alright, so we didn't get any barrages, which I would have avoided healing if I could, because 2 of our characters in this fight need to die. But in this case, we're gonna play with what we were dealt. Okay. That should still hit him. His foot is on the line. There we go. I don't want Chloe to kill everybody here. Well, actually, yes, that's fine if she does. No, she didn't. So we gotta watch Schera's CP as this fight finishes, because we want 75 on her. 175. So I'm gonna need to use 2 apple ice creams on, or special ice creams after this fight is done. So I'll do that now. So, items. Special ice cream. There we go. Okay. So don't heal after this fight. I probably should have skipped healing Chloe, but we just couldn't tell. So this next fight, let me switch my slide. By the way, if you ever have a character die here before you get here, you can go back to the ship and there's a store that sells revives and other items as a backup. Okay. So the Duke Dunan fight. The goal of the Duke Dunan fight is for Schera to live and for Estelle and Chloe to be dead. So you want to use 3 arrow storms, and here's where you put them. You're gonna not put them so it edges the Duke like this, but you'll put it so that it's one line is on the square behind him. Why? Because he can do 2 things in this fight. He can either stay in place and power up his henchmen, his Jaegars, or he can cower and turn around crying basically, and he basically steps 1 back and you would miss him. Okay, so you'll put all 3 arrow storms like that. See, like that. He goes back 1 step. So we want to make sure that we get him if he does that. So what we're hoping for here is the guy with the halberd in the front is going to live. And he can either do an auto attack or he can do what we call heavy edge, which is like an AoE slam. We want him to do AoE edge because we want him to kill Chloe and Estelle. If he does kill them, then you S-craft right away with Schera to finish him off. If he doesn't, then you're gonna push Estelle to the left away from him. There's heavy edge. Okay. So as you can see, because we healed, Chloe lived, so we'll have to do the... If Chloe would have died here, then we would have just S-crafted him right away, but here's how we fix this. So you move away with Schera so that he doesn't aggro her, and you'll take Chloe and you'll just move him close to him so that he attacks Chloe like this. And you're gonna keep skipping until Chloe dies. And then you'll ask her. Okay, like this. There we go. So that's the backup. Ideally, the heavy edge kills them both because that's what you want. That's the fastest. It's just I did some safety in the previous fight. He couldn't kill Chloe in one shot, and that's okay. Alright, so what do we do after this fight? Well, let me switch my slime because I forgot. Sorry about that. So let's go over the slime maybe just to make sure that we didn't forget any of that. So before you go into the fight, and you use up to 7 ice cream on Schera, you shouldn't be using up to 7. You should use probably 2 of them is the average, as long as she has 175 or more. And the goal in the fight was to have Schera alive. We've covered that, and there's the screenshot on where you want to put the arrow storm. Yeah, that's about it for this fight. You hope for the heavy edge. Okay, so after this fight is done, let me switch again. There's one more slime for this. Oops, turned off my layout. Not what I wanted to do. There we go. So we want Schera to die as quick as possible in the next fight, and how we're going to do that is you're going to first move her to the front here, just lined up with that arrow. And then you're going to go to equipment, and you're going to intentionally remove her shield coat and her composites, so her boots and her chest. She has less defense. And then you're going to go through this door and the second one. And here's the fight with Lorence, or Louis if you prefer. And the goal of this fight is to die, but there's a lot of RNG with Louis. So usually you hope that Schera comes in with the least health as possible. So you're literally just going to try to die. You're going to move up close to him and hope that he attacks you. At least he's damaging here. Sometimes he can do something like Earth Wall and you don't care about it, but ideally you just want him to do auto attacks like that. Now I'm confused, so I can't even control what I'm doing. Okay, he's doing arts again, and there's the waste of time because we're not going to attack him, so anytime he doesn't try to kill you, it's a waste of time. There we go. One more like that, please. Alright, so that wasn't bad considering I was full HP with her. Alright. So, once the Louis fight is done, we're basically going down to the last area of the game, which I'll cover in 2 videos, so we have 2 videos left. I'll stop it here and we'll continue from after this fight into the next segment. So yeah, thanks for watching everybody.